InService EPC Electronics Part Catalog. We're going to focus on collaboration and look at eNotes. I'm going to go open up a model, select the division, look at the loaders. The family is going to be the 500s, and the model is going to be the 553 loader. We're going to take a look at some notes that are linked to parts and also assemblies. I'm going to open up an assembly, have it show up. We can see the parts list and also the illustration associated. We talk about information in the column. We've got a number of icons. The icon that we're going to focus on is the eNote icon. So if I put my mouse over it, you can see this is an eNote. This means that there's additional information with regards to all of the individual parts that are there. We can have eNotes on individual parts. We can also have eNotes on an assembly itself. So let's take a look at one of the eNotes. I'm going to select on this hose. It says hose in the muffler assembly. So it's whatever I happen to type in, these are my notes, private notes. We can also have public notes. So if we go in and I want to look for notes, and I'm not exactly sure where I'm looking, and I haven't got any models open right now, we've reset the system, I can go under eNotes, and then I can type in, let's say, hose. And we'll search. Here's that hose note that we saw earlier. I can select go, and we'll actually open up the assembly and the corresponding highlighted part that associates to that eNote. So right there, it's highlighted already for me as the hose. So it's a great way to navigate. You can use the eNotes to find your parts and all of the information within those assemblies. I'm going to go ahead and add an eNote. So we'll select on, let's say, this part. I'm going to say add an eNote. And if I look at the attach to options, there's a number of ways in which we can attach the eNote. We can select to have the eNote added only to this part. We can have it added to this part across the entire catalog, or we can add the eNote specifically to the assembly itself. I'm going to add it just to this part. And this is an assembly with a link in the hotspot. Okay. Pick the hotspot to open the assembly. Okay, so here we go. We'll select add, and now when we look at that assembly, we can see that that eNote has been added to it. So a number of ways in which we can use eNotes. And eNotes can be assigned to not only parts and assemblies, but they can also be added to service documents. So looking at the InService EPC Electronic Part Catalog and the collaboration of using eNotes and adding those to parts and assemblies and also service documentation.